for Talking Shit. Hi, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Talking Shit. I'm DeAndre, and we're finally in studio. And like I teased you last week, I have my friend here, and his name is Todd. And Todd's going to be talking with me about some beautiful topics. Say hello, Todd. Hi.
Hello, everybody.
How are you?
I'm fantastic.
Good, good. Todd is not nervous at all. He's used to loudmouth fucks like me, and he knows how to keep me in my place. That's why I had him come on to the show. Todd, what's up, brother?
Not too much, DeAndre. It was a terrible trip down here. There's all kind of fires and explosions on the freeway, but other than that, I'm doing really well.
You know what? Fuck Caltrans. No, I shouldn't say that. Everybody likes Caltrans because it's labor, and they got the little orange bullshit. The new color of our roads is not black, but orange. I call it being behind the orange curtain. I don't like going down to your area of the OC because of all the traffic stuff.
Reference to the Cold War.
Exactly. What do you think? Have you been paying attention to the politics that's been going on, the debates and all that? What's your take on everything that's going on so far?
I think largely our political process has been subverted by monetary interests. I think that's been happening for a long time. But it's interesting to me that the CNN does a poll on who won the Democratic debate, and their viewership, 68% of them said that Bernie Sanders won the debate. But CNN and also other news outlets, which are all owned by 6 media companies, which all own each other.
Right.
Actually, when you get a higher level, they say that Hillary Clinton won.
Right.
Because she's their
pick.
Yeah, and Time Warner owns CNN, who is one of Hillary's largest.
Don't you think that the whole thing is a bunch of bullshit? I think the whole thing is sort of a Fox News kind of a turd, and they're all a part of the diarrhea of what we see.
Well, they do divide and conquer,
right?
Which keep us all divided along those lines.
Right.
The like CNBC and Fox News are a perfect example. They have this false dialogue that comes out as arguments for things that don't matter.
Right.
Who gives a fuck about gay marriage? Nobody cares.
Our planet is about to explode and die forever, and we're trying to figure out if Donald Trump's, penis is bigger than Hillary Clinton's vagina.
It's like George Carlin said, war is one giant dick-waving fight. It's just, everything looks like a dick, which, the bullets look like a dick.
That's right.
And we're going to fuck them to death, is what we do. And that's foreign policy, really.
It is.
And the most interesting thing to me, and this is how they do it, they create these cultural distractions.
Right.
So everybody knows about that black dude that plays basketball or something who...
Lamar Odom.
I had no idea about that guy.
Yeah.
I did not know about that guy, and because I don't pay attention to those news sources that portray that shit, because I don't want to know about that shit.
Right.
But everybody knows about that guy,
right?
And his association with these Kardashians, who
Kardashian.
I have specifically avoided them because I don't want to know about them either. I don't give a fuck about them.
Know about them? I don't have the money to care.
But I do know about them.
But you do.
That's the thing. I don't read magazines that talk about them. I don't watch TV shows. I don't watch TV at all.
Right.
But I know about them, and I don't know how that got into my head.
Right.
But everybody knows about that, and nobody knows.
Doesn't it remind you of that Batman movie when the Riddler had that green machine and he had it so it could just suck your fucking brain, and then I don't know about the shit I know, but I know about it. Bullshit. It's a robotic response to the sociological trance. It's a trance. We're all sort of in a trance, and we have to do the dance, or we don't have a chance at anything else. We won't have a chance at food, or air, or water, or anything, unless we suck the scrotum of this bullshit.
Yep.
And,
this is the biggest bullshit right now. And a lot of people don't read history, so they don't know.
Right.
World War II, Hitler.
I was just getting ready to say, I love this guy,
To invade Poland, to take shit away from Austria and Czechoslovakia.
Right.
And he constantly, Jewish terrorists all the time. Mm-hmm. And that was what created the reason for them to
what
do
was
this
his,
shit, because everybody was
Minister of
afraid.
Propaganda's name? I've been
remember.
tweeting a picture of him because he was so good at like divisive, conquer. What was his name? Go ahead, keep talking.
Is it Himmler? I think it's him. No, one of those two.
No, go ahead. I'm going to find this.
But the thing is that's what we're doing, and we've been doing. We've been doing exactly that, and now we create them ourselves. Al Qaeda. We created Al Qaeda. There's no such thing as Al Qaeda. No, that's not an actual thing.
Right.
But we say it all the time.
Right.
And now we have ISIS.
Joseph Goebbels.
Goebbels. Yeah. Goebbels. And
Goebbels.
We have these people that propagate these myths, and the thing that basketball player is distracting from is the fact that the Russians destroyed most of ISIS's stockpiles of weapons, which were American weapons that were filtered through Saudi Arabia.
Right.
So, and nobody knows about that. Nobody fucking knows about that.
Nobody knows. I got a friend of mine who lives in Ukraine. I talk to him weekly. I'm not going to say his name. Probably hunt him down and kill him. And it's just like he is telling me in Ukraine that Russia, in fact, is in kind of cahoots with their government to keep the propaganda going, to keep the money flowing. Putin is one of the wealthiest men on the planet, and it's all tied in together. It's a system.
Do we know why? Do you know why?
Why? Tell me why.
It's the same reason for these 15-year wars that we've had.
Fake-ass wars.
Right. So one of the side effects of global warming is that ocean area right there where Ukraine is melting, and now the natural resources that are in that ocean are readily available now for exploitation and extraction.
Right.
So now we have to fight that. Here we come,
the Pickens.
We have to fight that, and that's what. Okay, it's the same thing with Iraq and Afghanistan.
Right.
Why are we over there? Why are we over there? Why are we still fucking bombing shit?
Oil of Olay. I think that
it's not just that. There's all kind of other resources over there.
What else? What other resources?
Opium.
Oh.
That's a huge
I'm in love with the coca. Yeah.
Right. No, and what are the big pharma making so much money off of? Killing kids, like in the industry that I work in. I see all this all the time.
Right.
How did you start on heroin?
Right.
Oxycontin. Somebody gave me. I had a prescription for Oxycontin, and then it just made sense to move up to heroin.
Right.
Okay, so now we have access to the highest.
Is that where it comes from? The Oxycontin. That's all a part of opiates.
Yes.
Okay, so we're talking about opiates. We're talking about Eminem and MC Hammer. No, I'm just kidding. So how does this tie into? Okay, if the government and the politics and the money and all the bullshit is all tied together, how do we out-clever this stuff? What can we do as troublemaking, whistleblowing assholes? What can we do to combat this so we don't buy into it and we brotherhood up to kind of keep everything from being so corrupt? What do we do? What can you and I do besides talk shit, which we are good at and we will do? I'm not going to stop talking shit. I think people try to minimize shit talking because they don't want you to pay attention. So they say, oh, all you're going to do is talk. I think talk is effective. What do you
Right. Well, it's our method of communication. There's a lot of schools that thought that, language is just a form of lying, but or it's a way to more effectively lie.
Right.
But at the same time, stick to what you know to be true.
Right.
And when you're talking to people, even that it may offend, which I do live behind the orange curtain, and I am a voice in the wilderness there.
Right.
That people look at me
like
you look
I'm
at this
crazy. Guy like Wayne Simmons, who was a contributor for Fox News, who has been arrested by the FBI
for
because he
impersonating
falsified documents. Nobody's really talking about that. We want to know that Barack Obama's daughter is playing around with beer bong and bullshit. And it's like, it's just sad that the grand old opposition party, the GOP, is just as corrupt as any liberal group or any of these people who keep us trapped in this world of ignorance. It's an ignorant kind of a, we're all stupid.
Well,
you know?
both sides think that same thing. And where I live, there's a lot of fundamentalist Christian
praise the
GOP
Lord.
Republicans, and they
Republicans?
They're Republican and they're Christian, and that's the worst fucking combination you could ever find. And I've tried to avoid them for a long time.
I have a question. Do you believe that an extremist Muslim is just as dangerous as an extremist Christian?
Yeah, well, I think religion is in and of itself is an extremely dangerous thing. It's bad for everybody, and it doesn't do any good at all.
Well, I have a shirt that I'm afraid to wear that I will wear on the next episode of Talking Shit. I'm committing to wearing the shirt where it talks about like religion sort of drains us and sucks us dry in any exposure of the truth. Religion is sort of we're all under an umbrella of bullshit when it comes to this religiosity and this dogma from all the extreme sides of religiosity. Do you agree with that? I mean,
I do.
I do too.
I do. Well, okay. When I was in prison, I read the book Sun Tzu wrote thousands of years ago.
I thought
predates
you
the Bible.
No.
I have read that book.
Okay,
but not like
not
I
like
studied Sun Tzu.
What's it called again? Say it really
loud. The
loud.
Art of War by Sun Tzu.
The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
It's an ancient writing on war. And one of the many things that he said in this, it's thin. It's not got a whole lot in it. Mm-hmm. And it's been studied by many people. And one of the things it says is that to win a war, it is through the ideology of the state.
Right.
Whoever has the superior ideology wins.
Right.
And because they get the people behind it.
So you're talking about being uneducated, not reading, name-calling bullshit little baby.
Well, no, even like people, you can get educated people to do really crazy, stupid shit.
Right.
Like Heaven's Gate cult down in San Diego.
Right.
Is a perfect example.
We're going to cut off the balls and wait on the spaceship.
Yeah. How do you get past that?
Because you go buy Nikes.
I go into a church or something and I could see, okay, this guy's making some sense. Oh, you cut your balls out. Okay, I'm seeing.
Yeah, cut off the balls and wait on the spaceship.
No, I'm out. As soon as they say cut off balls, or I own all your women now. No.
That's just off your balls and waiting on the spaceship.
Right, it's stupid.
Right.
But, so that's the ideology of the state is very important, and they take good ideas.
Right.
Like, I tell this to Christians all the time, especially the conservative Republican ones. Right. They don't love anybody.
No.
Except for themselves. That's right. I say, what your book says, right there, it says, Jesus said, love God as before all others and love your neighbor as yourself. And all else will come. All else will take care of itself, depending on the version that you read. Right. I go, just memorize that.
Right.
You can throw the rest of that fucking book away.
Right, yeah.
But they don't. They always change the subject when I say that.
Well, you know what? I think also too that religion helps farm a certain amount of money to where you can pay to keep people stupid, and you can pay to keep people sort of trapped in this sort of ongoing ignorance about themselves and other people, and therefore you're in command, and everybody's got to listen to you, because if they don't, we're going to cut your balls off and wait on spaceship.
Yeah. Wait on the fucking space with the quarters in your pocket.
Right.
And why did they all use grape Kool-Aid too?
I don't understand that. Yeah, with the Jim Jones thing. Yeah, I don't know what it is.
Just like
Kool-Aid. I've been called we have a big Kool-Aid shirt around here, and a part of it too, I think, is because we got to wrap this up. Tell me about a little bit about music. Like, what kind of music do you listen to?
I listen to all music. I mean, blues. I like blues a lot. I like old style music where it's. I can't stand the auto tune that kind of shit. I don't like that at all.
What?
Drake, Lil Wayne. I can't stand that shit.
You know what it is?
I love rap. I mean, the Beastie Boys to me are the grandfathers.
I like the Beastie Boys. I like KRS-One.
Old Dirty Bastard.
I like Old Dirty Bastard.
Mm-hmm.
I like weird rap that has nothing to do with braggadocious bullshit.
Right. I got
Immortal
money, I got
Technique,
women,
people
yeah.
that
Immortal Technique. Is awesome.
people who tell us the truth about what's really under the roof of humanity and why we're all addicted to this violent insanity. I like exposing bullshit so we can.
Well, let me go back to a question that you just had. It was, what can we do?
Right.
And to me, music and comedy are the only two things that are free.
Absolutely.
And one thing that I love that Marilyn Monroe said: if you can make a woman laugh, you can make her do anything. And
including cut off balls weighing on spaceship.
Right. And I think that's true with everybody. And I would like to. That you make them laugh, but as they're laughing and you're making them think at the same time, and you point out how ridiculous these long-held beliefs, sacred beliefs are, that you can get somewhere by that. Like George Carlin said, just the fact that a flamethrower exists means that somebody at one point went, I really want to set those fuckers on fire over there, but I can't, I don't have any method for doing it from here.
Can I tell you, he was one of the most understated geniuses.
Oh, yeah.
I was listening to an interview with his daughter on public radio the other night. I don't think she wrote a book or something. They were just interviewing her about what it was like to live with him. Mm-hmm. And besides his pot smoking and when he went through his whole cocaine thing with his wife, out of that, she said he was one of the most beautiful people, one of the most smartest. He taught her so much about being a real human being. It's a really cool interview. You can look it up online and find it through public radio. But George Carlin's daughter talks about the magnificence of this man. He was a genius. He was a sociological pioneer that people ignore. But he was one of the wisest fucking men that have ever lived on this planet.
No, he was amazing. And his
last,
comedians do sets.
George Carlin, we're talking about.
Yeah, George Carlin. They do. They get an act together, and he usually wrote a book with it too, and then he'd take it on tour. But that last one that he did is amazing.
What's it called?
I can't remember the name of it, but it's.
We will find the name.
Look up on
Carlin.
YouTube. Look up where he has a rant about the owner class on there.
Go ahead. Keep amazing. Talking. I'm going to find it.
And he is a genius. Bill Hicks is another one.
I love Bill Hicks.
There's a few others, but also music.
Yeah, go back to
Immortal Technique. He is one of the few people telling the truth out there.
And he doesn't get the kind of recognition that some bullshit stuff that is out there, and we're exposed to a lot of bullshit.
We are. Constantly, as a matter of fact. Mm-hmm. And it's just like the thing I was talking about with the Kardashians. I have actively avoided the Kardashians.
You boycott the Kardashians?
I still know. I don't care about what they do.
Is that his last book, Last Words?
Probably. No, I don't think so.
No, you don't think so.
It's that right there that you're... Nope, you just had it there.
That one?
Yeah, I think that's it.
That's one of his last books, or last... The Unpublishables, or whatever it is. Yeah. Here, boy, these conservatives are really something, aren't they? They're all in favor of the unborn. They will do anything for the unborn, but once you're born, you're on your own. Right. So they're obsessed with pro-life, but the minute you say we gotta execute this motherfucker, turn on the switch.
Well, or like nobody's talking about another wrinkle in that story that with the ISIS and being in Afghanistan.
Right.
Everybody's, there's a lot of talk about the Doctors Without Borders thing, which I'd like to point out that Obama is the first Nobel Peace Prize winner to bomb another Nobel Peace Prize winner. Right. Which is horrifying. Right. But why the fuck are we still there? We still fight. Why
do you think we will never leave that region? Why do you think? I don't know.
I believe that we have a lot of infrastructure in place that is steadily stealing. We will leave when there's nothing left to steal there.
Right. So it's not just I think the oil is kind of the kabuki theater. Mm-hmm. There's the opium, there's the oil, there's the human trafficking. Yep. There's just a plethora of reasons why we are involved with anything.
There's strategic reasons too.
Right.
That what a lot of people don't realize about Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and
Jordan.
Turkey is that
Gobble.
there is a small piece of land there called Kurdistan that is separated into those 5 countries.
Right.
And that is an extremely strategic point. It's the main trade route out of Asia. It's been there for thousands of years. And that little area dominates that trade route out. And you have to come there to get to the ocean.
Doesn't this guy remind you of the son of Patty? I think this is Patty's long-lost son. We got to get you two in a conversation.
My mother's name is Patty.
Oh, see? That's his aunt, Jimmy's aunt. Yeah, and she's come on our show. We're going to, I promise you, the next time I get with Patty, we're going to have him on the other phone. We're gonna phone you guys in because we have to phone her in. She lives out in the desert. She's not allowed to communicate with other human beings unless absolutely necessary to save our planet. So every time the world's about to be destroyed, we're allowed to bring Patty on. So the next apocalyptic incident that takes place, we'll have you two on here. That's all. I've been saying too. That's all the time we have. Once again, this is our new consultant friend. He's going to be coming on. His name is Todd, and we are glad to see him and have him. And join us again next time for another edition of Talking Shit. Thank you.